too sour.
He is definitely too sour. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101 with your host, Maxwell Starr. Tonight, we got a good panel with us, but we're also going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do some, just a bring your own beer special edition. That's all we do these days. We're all bringing sours tonight, and that's open for interpretation. So, like, anything sour. So, I don't know, kettle beer, Berliner Weiss, Goza, sour ales, fruited sour.
Lee Russell.
Yes. Lambics. Old bitter Maritimers. Yeah, that all qualifies. So, without further ado, and no comments, we're gonna talk to a penis.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to be up there right now. What the fuck?
Your penis isn't supposed to be up. Right. That's what you say it all the time.
I whipped it up too soon.
I thought you were going to bring me up for a second.
So, how are you doing tonight, Carrie?
I'm well. What be going down, people of the panel?
We're doing good.
For the sour beer that I brought, I got a can of Rasboo.
Burdock Rasboo.
Sour beer with raspberries, coming in at 5.3 ABV.
I love how that can looks.
Rasboo.
Yeah, I like that can. All right. Thank you, sirs. Let's go over to the other sour. Okay, so how you doing tonight, Lee? I apologize for making sour jokes. I'm not.
Yeah,
you
no,
haven't
you
been
don't.
that sour lately.
Yeah, no, I'm a bastion of happiness and positivity, sir.
Yeah, you're happy that the summer's ending.
Yeah, definitely. I have with me tonight from Nine Locks Brewing Company here in Nova Scotia, their Bohemian Raspberry, which is a Berliner Weiss in style with raspberries added to it. This is not just like raspberry puree, as far as I know. As far as I know, they actually put real, like, just raspberries into the tank. So, yeah.
Mine was made with real raspberries as well on it. So.
Okay.
No.
And it's 4.8% alcohol by volume.
All right. Thank you, Lee. Let's go over to the fuzz that we have next, which is Scott. Hi, Scott. How you doing today?
Hey. Doing all
How's
right.
the new apartment treating you? The new job and stuff like that.
Everyone's doing pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good. Yep.
Right on. All right. What beer you got tonight?
Tonight, I picked up a Bellwoods Jelly King.
What? Where the fuck did you get that?
Up your ass.
Oh.
Is that just like
so sour?
Is that just like the default Jelly King? I haven't seen one of those in forever.
Try off sour.
Hey, I sometimes see them kick you around the LCBO, I think.
I only ever see the flavored variants. There's two different flavored variants here in town right now. Not the regular. I haven't seen the regular one in years. That's impressive that it came to you, Scott.
You know what the funny thing is I did see that listed on the NB Liquor website, but I didn't see it listed anywhere near me. So, which store did you find that at?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I do.
Milledgeville.
Yeah, Milledgeville. Okay, Somerset Street.
Yeah.
Right by your house. And apparently there's 94 of them in KV too, so that might even be a good BA101.
It is on BA101.
Well, yeah, but a real full episode considering it's a legendary sour from Ontario I can get now. Speaking of legendary and from Ontario, Greg, how you doing tonight, sir?
Also sour. I was just out of curiosity checking. Yeah, you can get regular Jelly King is quite available at local stores, but we have the bottle version for $6.50 for the 500 milliliter bottles. Okay. Looks like the can. Looks like the. The can. There's a canned one, but it's only the spicy margarita sour.
Oh.
So, which is the same price, even though it's in a can.
Wow,
well played, Bellwoods.
The same price.
They really didn't put much of the spicy into that spicy margarita when I tried it. It's not bad, but yeah, it's nah.
Well, as you would expect, Nick, I have put nothing but the utmost effort into today's show where I were to bring a sour. So I have got a double sour, and I'll explain it to you why it's a double sour.
Wait.
So I brought from Blood Brothers Brewing
Ooh.
Auto Pop Tahiti Treats. It is a sour ale, 4%. Now, why it's a double sour? Because A, it's a sour ale, and B, it costs $5 for this can. So I'm double sour about having to drink this.
Oh, you cannot complain about
Ooh.
$5.
Hey, I'm in Ontario. I can complain based on my own prices, you know.
Did you call that Tahiti treat? Because that says Tahitian treat on it.
You gotta get it right, Greg.
It is Tahitian treat. Well, Carrie put more effort into reading the label than I did. So, yes, Tahitian treats. Yes, so there we go, and it's got an automobile on it. Look at that.
Mm.
I think that's the same car except in green. That's on
like
Auto Pop Cherry Cola.
Is that an old
Yeah,
Camaro?
I do believe it's I think it's an
Same
old
label. The
Camaro
graphics designer just got lazy and clicked on green on the
Yeah.
color palette.
Maybe a Trans Am, yeah.
Looks like the cover of like a vaporwave.
Well, that's a Camaro. That's a 70s Camaro.
There we go.
Anyway,
Google Lens that shit, Greg.
I could Google.
I can tell you right now, it's a 70s Camaro. The Firebird didn't look like that.
Yeah.
I just realized yesterday I could use Google Lens. So it's like, oh wow, this is way better than their old image search.
There's a thing on my new Samsung phone where if I hold the home button, I can circle anything that's currently on my phone and it'll image search. It's fucking crazy.
They just implemented that into Chrome too, I guess. So I've been using that now.
There you go. It's kind of scary how image search.
She was a sour girl the day that she left me.
China, there's like 500 million surveillance cameras or something. And some like that, they use the facial recognition technology to locate some random person in like 5 minutes. Just like it's fucking scary, man. Was that lady that popped in for half a second?
I think she used us for what she needed us for and then left.
Yep, that's what she does.
You know, something wrong with her webcams. Probably she's flipping around with OBS. We'll give her a moment to pop on because she's actually relatively on time.
Yeah, pretty much. Greg was just finishing with Greg.
Relatively, she's literally in time for her spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly where you want to be in the train. Finish off with Greg and move on to Lee.
The only train you don't want to be at the caboose end of is the Human Centipede.
Well,
it's true.
I think anything but the head is just not good.
Shitty spot.
I feel the further up you are in the Human Centipede, the happier you are.
Feed her.
I would say it'd only be the head. I mean, after that, it's just shitty all the way around.
Yeah.
That movie is fucking gross. Like, feed her.
well, at least I mean the second guy gets the beans, but the third guy gets the refried beans.
It's well digested by that point. So is Lee's camera busted?
I guess.
I'm having issues. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna.
You can. Yeah, if you want to go, I'll go after you.
No. I was just gonna. Well, okay. Do you want to wait? I'll show my beer.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it, and then I will go after you.
All right, you figure your shit out. All right, so so my beer. I'm gonna take a look at. Hey, it's something from Trailway, but I'm actually kind of glad that Leah's here because I'm actually taking a look at something from the sea. Kelp is on the way. Dulce goes. 5% ABV. A goes made with Bay of Fundy Dulce.
Wow. They
Mm-hmm.
found yet another unimpressive thing to use seaweed in. That's great.
Exactly.
You just call a goza a gose, you weirdo?
Goza. Dulce goza, whatever.
Just pronounce a salty piss.
It is. It was so dulce, but it tastes like somebody salty.
I wonder if that'll be like because a goza generally has a bit of a salty thing going on. If that'll be like just a.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting something like something.
It's not going to be sour. It's not going to be sour.
Hard to describe, I guess.
Salty. That'd be funny.
Kind of like a salty, vinegary, lemony kind of. It'd probably be perfect in a goza.
What was this?
Goza.
That I never did when I was there.
Beer you were supposed to try here?
No, some kind of like regional weird food.
Oh, you were supposed to try a Big Mary when you were here.
Nope, that wasn't
it. That weird.
No, that wasn't it.
No, it was. Yeah, it's right. You and Guy were supposed to try Dulce when you're here.
Okay, that was what it was. Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
'Cause I remember we went to
I'm
the
not a
one-
fan of dulse. Just putting it out
The one
there.
random
I
like
had it.
little grocery store that we went to had it, and I went to grab someone. I didn't. I was gonna try it, just to be like,
You're
No.
better for it. You're better for it.
I forget. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was the Chris Brothers pepperoni.
Take
It's a whole lot better
this
than
take
Dulce.
this from a guy who generally
I know,
usually
really, I
wants
tried-
to see you in discomfort, Carrie. No, just don't have any.
I did try the pepperoni dicks, whatever, from Trailer Park Boys that Guy was buying. It's the texture of it's a bit too mushy for my liking. I feel like if you slice them up and like made them like into pepperoni and put them on a pizza and cooked them, it'd be good. But the way I like more of a dry pepperoni myself, kind of, I guess.
hmm
There must have been Dulce that you're thinking of, that because if that's all you can think of, that must have been it.
Yeah,
It was so
I know it
weird
was.
and,
I know Dulce was one of the things. There's probably other things that I was suggesting, and Big Mary was one of the other
That was
big
but
ones.
that-
Since
that's-
you
that's
were
not
saying I'm
something-
going to have a Big Mary with Nick the next time you.
Yeah. At this
Oh, there
point,
she
that's
is.
not something I need to go all the way to you for.
Sounds
There
like
still isn't
Bruce
one here in
Banner's
North
hooker.
Bay, but I think I can go to Sudbury and go to Big Mary's at this point. I think if I wanted to, go ahead.
I
Lee.
need to grab my beer real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Oh.
sit here and talk and wait.
figure
Going back
out
to
are the-
pepperoni. Oh, go
Are
ahead,
those
Greg.
lights in the background? Are those pumpkins or are those
I'm gonna
pineapples?
Pour my beer because I'm fucking thirsty.
Pineapples. Upside down pineapples.
Ah, the international symbol.
International symbol of symbols.
Mm.
It's the international symbol of international symbols.
Mm.
There we go.
Wouldn't that be like the symbol manufacturer? Who is the premium symbol manufacturer?
I couldn't tell you.
Sabian out of
Sabian,
Ductic,
that's
New
it.
Brunswick.
Sabian.
I very randomly watched like a compilation of I think it was the intros, the cold opens from like the first season of Cheers, and one of them, a guy came in, and he's like getting a beer, and the whole time he's sitting there, he's like tapping his finger, and it was one of the first episodes with Woody as the bartender guy, and he's like, "Why is he doing that?" And I guess he's in the orchestra that's performing across the street, and he's in the cymbals, and he's like, he has enough time between his hits to come and have a beer. And so Woody comes over, he's asking him questions, and he makes the guy lose his timing. And he's like, "Damn you!" And then he went out. It was pretty funny. Sorry.
Nice.
Yes,
All right.
the symbols, the premium symbol place is out of Meductuck, New
All
Brunswick.
right. Yes. So time to let Lady Lee talk. Hi, Lee.
Hi.
All right. Yep. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
No, you sound fine.
Yeah, you sound fine. What up?
Unless you're echoing. your
That was
own
on
ears.
me. I was echoing for me, so it's okay.
Ah.
I got it. Okay. So I have two options. Because I couldn't pick. I feel like one was already done. So the first one I have is Eat the Worm.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's a margarita sour.
Hmm.
Is that from Lostcraft?
No, High Park Brewery.
Okay.
I don't know if I feel like it's been done before. I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't recall
Yes.
hearing it, and that's a very
That
very
artwork,
sexual name.
that artwork and that name would be that's pretty memorable. That looks really cool.
Okay,
Mm.
then I'm probably gonna do this one. I thought someone did it before. I don't know. I think someone did a margarita one before, and think that's what I'm remembering. But
No,
anyways,
but Bellwoods has a margarita sour that Greg actually. No, is it who? No, does that? No, we talked about that one before. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lee.
We talked about it.
anyways, this one is Eat the Worm. It's a margarita sour. It's from High Park Brewery, which is in Toronto.
It is.
And for those that want to know what my other option was, it was Reinhard Rage and Love.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh yeah,
a
definitely eat the worm.
Where did you get both
Raspberry.
of those?
passion fruit. Alexandria.
Nice.
Yeah,
Those are-
do eat the worm because there's already like 2 raspberry beers on this panel
Okay.
tonight.
I can see that because raspberry is like naturally tart and sour. Like that's like so instead of having like a soured beer, as Greg likes to say, the bad beers, this is actually taking like a
Spoiled.
fruit that is sour and creating a sour beer. So
Mm.
I could see why raspberry would be a popular one. Anyways, yeah, so that's my choice. Yay!
Woo!
Can
Woo!
Woo!
That can art is
Alrighty.
seriously
Ah.
badass. That looks awesome.
So before we get to the comment, we're going to circle right back around and go back to Redbeard. He's allowed to talk again and tell us what's your history with the beer. Burdock Raspberry.
I'm almost done. This is pretty good. Yeah, just so Lady Lee knows. Show her again because she wasn't here for the whole thing. I'm drinking a can of Burdock Raspberry. I bought it over at across the street from you at that Opera Bakery place. And
Nice.
yeah, that's my beer. And that's my history.
All right. Yay. Okay, let's go over to Lee. Lee, you have any history with Bohemian Raspberry from Berliner Weiss from Nine Locks?
Yeah. So for Lady Lee, it's Bohemian Raspberry,
Raspberry.
Berliner Weiss. I have no history with it. This is the first time picking it up today. Yeah, trying it out.
All right. Okay, and I'm gonna guess that I already know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna ask Scott anyway. You have any history with this beer? The Bellwoods Jelly King.
No, and I haven't had a Bellwoods in a long, long time. I remember thinking I've had one before, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've brought back a Bellwoods or got Bellwoods delivered in a beer mail by a certain person who's in the comments right now. But I've never seen Bellwoods in the province. At least I don't like it for sale in the province. So that's kind of awesome. I'm gonna have to go get one of those. All right.
at least I got one vote.
Go Bellwoods,
Yeah.
go Bellwoods, go.
So I guess up another thing I've never seen in the province is Greg. So Greg,
That's true,
what's
Nick.
your history?
Nick, one day I will enter you though, and it'll be an exciting time. I'm having, and I'm going to mispronounce it again. I'm having a Tahiti Treats Sour Ale Auto Pop by Blood Brothers, and they don't really say, but when you look at the ingredients list, it is cherry flavored. And you want my history? Here it is. I've poured it. I've not had a sip yet, so let's have the history.
Looks very good.
Let's have
Did-
the history.
Did Google Lens come up with anything?
Oh, for the
Oh,
car.
I think no, nothing came up. Just came up
It's
with
a
other beer
71
cans.
Camaro there, Carrie.
It's a what?
71 Camaro.
Nick says a 71 Camaro, and I'll just take his word for it.
I
It
think
looks like
it's 71.
it looks like a Camaro. It looks like a Camaro. My buddy has a couple of Camaros and looks
Might
like
be
them. So.
later because the bumper goes across. It's definitely a Camaro.
Wait a minute. Wait. A little more history.
How's your history now, Greg?
Well, that's my second bit of history. And but
History.
if I were to go any further, Nick, I'd start to get into a review, and that would be just inappropriate for this show.
That's just not appropriate at this juncture.
No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be premature.
Yeah, Jesus. Alrighty, so let's continue the trend of having no history with Lady Lee. Hi, Lee. Have you had that beer
Hi.
before?
Nope.
Nope.
Found in Alexandria. I don't remember why I picked it. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, like a margarita flavored beer, sour. Margarita sour flavored beer. Sure, eat the worm. Sounded fascinating. So
Sounds like
that's
okay.
my history. I liked the can art. I liked the name, so I bought it, and it came with me. And we happened to do sour beers, and I found out yesterday that it was a sour beer, so it worked out perfectly.
It was a sour girl.
It was serendipitous moment.
Is there any tequila in it?
I can't do tequila. My body rejects tequila.
Maybe it might reject this beer.
No.
Okay.
The first few sips have told me no. I do not. No. Nope.
All right,
My body rejects vodka. Not
that's
fun.
good to know.
Big stories.
My body's not
Crazy.
fond of wine or rye whiskey. Scott, remember the time I drank too much rye whiskey and passed out on your couch
Yeah,
and then puked in your bathroom all night?
fun time.
All right, fun stories. So to continue the trend of our history here, my history on this beer is, well, I got lots of history with Trailway, but absolutely dick all with this beer. So Trailway's kelp was on the way, Dulce goes, made with Bay of Fundy Dulce, as I mentioned, and apparently crabs. I don't know.
Nick's got crabs.
Yeah, I
crab
just this
juice
is my
beer.
first can of it.
First time.
Picked it up at the Union Street store in St. John just yesterday. And I think it just canning date on this thing is August. Not that small. August 8th. So it's been out for
That's what she
3
said.
weeks now. Yeah.
I went there for lunch there a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks
Oh
ago,
yeah.
and they had that on tap.
Nice. Did you try it?
No, I don't like Dulce.
All right, so I'll read the comments here. So Albino Rhino
Are there
says Albino Rhino is in the chat.
I don't
saying,
see them.
What do you mean you don't see them?
No, there's no comments there. What are you talking about?
Right. Albino Rhino says that soured my expectations, and they have been expanding a lot lately. I see some of their stuff in Saskatchewan, so maybe Bellwoods is. I don't know if it's the right move for Bellwoods, considering they were always better as a smaller brewery, but whatever.
Well, they
They're
also,
not
I mean,
as good as they used to be anyway.
they expanded. Like Bellwoods was available in like places in Europe before you could even get it at the LCBO. So like, yeah, Bellwoods has their idea of expanding is different than most breweries' ideas of expanding.
Don't they have a decent presence in like Australia or something, if I recall correctly?
I'm not sure. You could be right. I know they were very much interested in the international market, more so than even the Ontario market. So
We drank Bellwoods down here like we drink Foster's.
Foster's Australian.
Yeah.
As far as I know,
Right, dude.
most Australians actually don't like Foster's is some like fake false thing that's
No, we're all
appropriated.
Crocodile Dundee and Didgeridoos down
Oh,
here.
it's like how every single one of us just
Didgeridoo.
loves Molson Canadian, right?
Koala.
And a good Timmy's coffee.
We have koala and they have chlamydia.
I guess. Oh, yeah. I'm first generation Canadian, so I fucked it up. I got too much of like outside blood in me.
Does everyone down in Australia put shrimp on the barbie?
No, but we have chlamydia because we all fuck koalas.
Oh, you shouldn't fuck koalas. Let them fuck you if necessary, but not the other way around. That's just
Wow. Let's just change the topic.
It sucks that they're known for having that because they legitimately are just the fucking most adorable goddamn little things in the world. They're so cool.
Well, go give one a hug, Carrie, and see how that works out for you.
Drop-
There are
drop
still
there.
any left alive. Most of them died in those fires a couple years back.
A lot of
Jesus Christ, this is getting dark.
animals.
Funny thing.
Wasn't it on an episode of Beer Analysis that we discovered that Australia has a massive like feral camel population? I remember that for some reason.
They have
I don't
several
know
invasive
why-
species.
Like an invasive species that get it to Australia seem to just like fucking like the cane toads, rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking yeah, it's insane.
You know, Lady Lee was
Wanna know
gonna play
why?
her ukulele, and you guys were she's gonna play it now. Yes.
You know why I have a ukulele?
Because you're trying to be Hawaiian. I don't know.
Because my teacher for my music class, for the to teach music, my teaching class for music, there we go, wants us to bring a ukulele to class. So I get to learn how to play the ukulele.
That's such a random
Wow.
thing.
So you'll be like every white girl ever.
I played the ukulele
Play the piano
in grade
and the
4.
ukulele.
Yep.
In grade 4, it was the ukulele and the recorder I learned to play. I
You
recall that.
can release an alternative rock album from the 1990s now.
Okay, so funny thing too, this is my so one of the musicians who plays at Ludog's, this is his son's ukulele because I was looking for a ukulele and he's like, I can lend you my son's. So I get to borrow this ukulele. It's already
Got a
pre-decorated.
Batman sticker on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pre-decorated. Like, it's amazing.
Lucky
I love
you.
it. Yeah.
You know, if you're bored, you want to kind of get, I don't know if you get a kick out of it like I do, but like YouTube, metal ukulele. It's pretty impressive that some of the sounds people can make come out of that little fucking thing.
All right, moving
Pretty
on.
cool.
Ukulele 101 is in full swing.
Ukulele. Yeah, I just thought it was funny. It's a funny thing. Like, I
Tiny
now own,
guitar
like-
for a tiny all-star.
I don't know what the thing's called, but the piece that they put into a violin or a fiddle that makes the little piece of like wood that goes under the strings that gives it that little bit of a groove so they can play it with a fucking bow. I wonder if you could shove one of those into a ukulele and play a ukulele like a fiddle. That'd be kind of funny.
You can shove into anything. You can shove anything into anything if you want to. You just
Yeah,
have
you
to
can
be-
probably shove a ukulele into some things.
Yeah.
Hey?
I'm happy.
How did
Not
this chat turn
that.
into shoving things into things?
Wasn't
Because it's
suggesting,
beer analysis.
what's
What are you talking
suggesting you do that? But
This
you
is
know.
beer analysis. It's all about shoving things in people's.
I mean, you could shove that ukulele in the trash.
If it didn't devolve into some
It's not
random
my
weirdness,
ukulele.
it wouldn't be a normal show.
Still could
Hey,
throw it in the
you-
trash.
Yeah, then a child would cry, Lee. Is that what you want? A child to cry?
Yes. Hello, you're
That's
talking
why-
to me? Yes, I
That's
want
why
children to
Misty
cry.
is becoming the teacher, and he's just becoming a bitter old man.
Are you subscribed to the Kids Are Fucking Stupid subreddit? Because if you're
No,
not,
that's just called the fucking internet.
I just have to say it's just a
I
place.
see that every day. I see
It's
these skibbity toilet fucking alphas floating around the internet.
No, it's nothing like that. It's just like showing like kids getting hurt and fucking being idiots and getting themselves. Most of the subs should be called "Parents Are Fucking Stupid" because they sit there filming their kids while they're doing something fucking retarded.
Oh, I'm sure half the
yeah,
videos are probably staged.
I love videos.
Not on this one, man.
of
Some of those kids are getting hurt. It's fucking hilarious.
I love videos of hyperactive dogs running into children and knocking them 5 feet across the fucking lawn.
Or old people.
Kids there, and a cat comes from nowhere and takes the kid out. I love those ones.
Yeah.
When kids getting taken out by cats is so good.
Because cats are psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Angel?
Sorry for derailing this, Nick.
It's good times.
It was like, what do you mean derailing? These things are hardly ever on the rails. Hey, look, we lost a viewer.
Are we catching up? I mean, are you playing catch up?
Hey, in case you need more viewers, Nick, look, it's Dan's legs in the bathtub.
What
the fuck? Oh, Dan's taking a
what?
bath with no
Check
bubbles. There's no bubbles in that bath.
I don't know. We can ask him why there's no bubbles, but there we go.
Dan-
Dan's officially part of this episode.
Dan, if you watch this back, I just got to say this. You overshare too much of your life. Like, we don't need 90% of what you share in the private chat, honestly.
I mean, at least he knew where to cut the camera off.
Like, do you guys see me oversharing my shit in the fucking private chat at all? Like,
Nope, we hardly know anything about you.
Always,
Yeah.
every time. No, you're just a big, bitter, angry old man. Why would you share anything?
You're not wrong. Greg isn't wrong though. As an
I
adult,
would love to see Lee in the bathtub.
I can't recall. It's been a long time since I've had a bath. But if I'm having a bath these days, you're goddamn right. It's going to be a bubble bath. Like first off, the smell. This, you get that aromatherapy shit going on, and because you can only fill a bathtub unless you have a sweet, awesome bathtub that fills up more. But for me, any part of you that's not under the water, it starts to get cold. It's fucking annoying. But if the tub only goes up to that metal drain, the emergency drain thing. But if you kind of compensate that by bubble all the way to the top, you're still kind of covered. Yeah, damn right. Bubble bath all the way.
You know what, Dan? You should go back and ask your wife if you have permission to even comment on this fucking chat right now. Honestly. You know what you're doing right now?
What even kind of attempt at a dig was that? When you talk, you over what?
I don't know.
It's okay.
He's probably getting as much as he can type out without dropping his phone in the bathtub.
Yeah, it's his only private time that he can use the internets right now when his wife won't stop him from doing it. So
the internets, those damn internets.
Hey, maybe he took that picture before his wife was going to join him in the
Probably because
bathtub.
he knows if he lays down the man law. Because he knows if he lays down the man law in the house, he's probably
there would be a cup of water left in that bathtub.
My goodness. Anyway,
great.
Beer.
What the hell?
Are you guys just being mean to? Are you guys just getting all your meanness of Dan out today? Because tomorrow's the International Be Nice to Dan Day.
Exactly.
It was just there. It was that was the lowest hanging fruit I had to grab.
I'm gonna celebrate Dan tomorrow by doing what I do all the time, which is not pay attention to him.
I was gonna say something about a couch.
I'm being nice to him by not paying attention to him.
Hey, what do you guys think of your beer?
Oh, I think of my beer. Well, let's go with the red beer. You probably finished his beer like 13 minutes ago. He's already on something else. Oh, Jelly King.
He's doing a Jelly King.
So obviously he's not voting for Scott.
Prickly pear and pink grapefruit or
pink guava.
Guava, okay.
This is a bit more sour than the burdock. The burdock one was quite tasty, like basically kind of very raspberry flavor, but not. When I drink a sour beer, I want it to slap me in the face with the. I want I want that that hit of tartness. This one's got way more of that going on.
Let it breathe.
The burdock one for style 7, enjoyment 8. It did have a nice raspberry flavor to it. if we want to, because I'm drinking this one now anyway. It's still sour. It qualifies. This one here, style wise, 9. Enjoyment, probably maybe 8.5. I like this one a bit more than the Burdock one.
Okay, so we're not counting that one. So Burdock Raspberry was.
If people want
7
to,
and
they
8.
can. I'm
Denied.
drinking it
People can
now.
rewatch this video, or Dan if he's in the bathtub playing rope-a-dope with the soap.
Rope-a-dope.
Don't drop the soap. Wait a minute. In the bathtub, he's fine. He's probably using ivory soap, which floats in the top anyway.
Wow, this is
For that
We're learning a
pearly
lot.
white skin of his.
They whip that shit and put air into it.
Mm-hmm. This is why we've got Carrie up on screen. This is what Dan's thinking about and seeing whenever he's scrubbing his nuts with ivory
Jesus
soap.
Christ.
wow.
Oh, I was taking a drink, you asshole. He's like,
You, my good sir, are the asshole. You started it.
I did.
You
I'm
deserve
sorry.
that.
Hoisted
All right.
on your own petard.
All right, so
I
at
love.
least-
She's like, choke on it, Nick. Choke on it. You deserve it.
The not dominatrix in me just comes out every so often.
It's always nice. So 9 Locks Bohemian Raspberry Berliner Weiss. So
Raspberry.
Berliner
I
Weiss.
just wait. I just got it. I didn't get it, but it's a play on the song. I don't know why I
Yes.
didn't, that didn't click until just now.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
So as a Berliner Weiss, it works perfectly well. Like if people are not familiar with what a Berliner Weiss is, traditional sour German wheat beer. Usually you're going to get like a lot of a lactic sourness, lactic acid in it, and this has that in spades. And I think the big difference here too that makes this really good. Spoilers, I really like this beer. Traditionally, a Berliner Weiss is served with like a syrup, like some sort of grenadine syrup or some sort of fruit syrup sort of thing, which I feel like would probably make it a little too sweet, like a little too much sweetness with that sourness. Here they're using actual raspberries, and raspberries are naturally tart, and there is, of course, the sweetness there as well in the flavor. This straight up tastes like, raspberry jam with no sugar added. It's exceptionally good. It just tastes like raspberry jam on white bread. That's where that like wheat malt component comes in. The lactic acid is right up front. Gives a really nice sharp sourness right at first few sips, and then it settles in, and that sourness like goes away super quick, and then the jamminess of the raspberry comes back through, and it just makes you want to take another drink. This is my ideal version of what a sour should be, where that sourness is always kind of there. It's lingering in the back, but it's not like puckering. It's not super aggressive. It's not, taking over the beer. It's just accenting the beer. And that's what this is doing. And it's just a really smooth, refreshing drink. I'm actually, and usually I'm not into like fruit beers and stuff like that. I'm buying more of this because I was so pleasantly surprised with how good this was. So as like a Berliner Weiss, I'm going to give it a 9, and my own personal preference, I'm going to give it a 9.5. I am really, really just amazed how good this is. Very, very happy with it.
Stay tuned for the full review on High Tide and Vibe.
I will have to be doing one. Yes, I will have to be doing one. Well, that was racist. Sorry.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, you're starting to sound like Fisher Stevens.
That was the reference.
Lee Pooh
You
just
would
shut
say
up.
that 2 times.
You and I were thinking the exact same person, Nick.
Oh shit! All right, thank you, Lee. Let's go over to the fuzz. Follow that up, Scott. Bring the racism level back down.
Or up.
No, keep it going. Keep it going. Sorry.
Make it be like the human centipede of racism.
Jesus, you're the one in the middle, Scott.
So this is the Jelly King. Started out very tart. I've learned to kind of let it breathe a little bit. It seems to calm down a little bit. Really fresh. Says on the can, drink fresh. Really fresh tasting. It's dry hopped. You can definitely taste the dry hop. It's a little dry in your mouth. A little bit of pineapple taste to it. Not a big fan of pineapple. Goes down smooth after it's been aired out a little bit. Kept its head. Very cloudy, very hazy. Right? You can still smell the tartness in it.
Weird for a sour to keep its head.
It did keep its head, yep. For style,
What a weed it is.
I'm gonna go with a 9.5. Very tart. For personal enjoyment, probably not as big as Redbeard or Sourbeard. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.
8, straight 8.
Well, I gave mine 8.5, so we're not that
Eights
far
are
off.
great.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good beer. It's definitely one that you want to kind of sit with, and enjoy. I think it's quite good for a dry hop sour. 6.5%, 5.6%. Maybe.
I think it used to be up around 6 something.
Do we have the same beer? Like you have a little bit of extra words on yours. Mine says dry hop sour ale, but yours is.
I have a variant. Like there's
okay.
been so many. Like I have the prickly pear and pink guava version.
Okay.
There's been like I think one of the best ones I ever had was they did a berry variation, like raspberry, blackberry, and blueberry or something. It was fucking stupid tasty. There's been a clementine one. There's been so many, and then there's the Jelly Royale beers. They've only made a few of those, but those are the ones where they take the beer you have, the base Jelly King, and mix it 50, like half and half, with actual fruit puree. And
That's not like. Did you ever try the like Trailway had ones like it? It was
blends. Isn't that blends by Trailway?
Blend from Trailway. It was a lot like the Bellwood's Jelly Royale.
Yeah, they were like their spicy mango one they did was fucking insane. Like just like you're drinking the beer and the lacing, you actually take your finger and like kind of scoop it up because it's just fruit puree and just it's so good. But it's one of those beers that's like barely a beer according to some people's kind of standards. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's still technically a beer, but it's like you can't leave it out because it'll double ferment and the can will explode because you have to keep that shit cold.
Oh, the Jelly Royale.
Yeah.
Anyway, very good. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it.
Right on.
We enjoy you.
That sounds like I'm gonna have to go spend the $7 to get a can of that here.
I almost would be scared. Like this bottle is $7.50 here in Ontario.
Yeah, but you're getting a big 500. Is it a 500 or a 650?
It's 5. No, that's no, that's right. That's 500. So it's barely more than a can.
Yeah, 473.
$7.50 here in Ontario. You're going to be paying like $20 for this goddamn thing.
I'm just kind of curious because I imagine you guys getting the beer in the bottle. It's going to be like close to going to be cheaper than what we pay for ours, probably.
Bellwoods is generally a pretty premium priced brewery. Like even their basic bitch, the minimum you're going to pay for a can of Bellwoods beer at the LCBO is $5. When I get my Haze Mama, it's sitting at $3.65 for 7% perfect hazy IPA. Like I don't buy a lot of Bellwoods unless I'm doing like reviews with them because they're really good. If I had the money, if I was rich, I'd probably do an order from them. I'd probably order from them every week. They've got the $100 buy and then free shipping, which is fantastic. And they release a lot of different beers. I'm just saying. What?
Well, I'd like to move to Greg now.
Okay, sorry.
Gregorian.
We'll talk about more about that later.
It must be bad if, or it must be. Oh my god, I can't talk. It must be bad if Nick wants to hear from me.
I know, right?
He's that
How's
jealous.
that?
he
How
thinks
is
he's
that,
like-
Blood Brothers drinking? And speaking of
Well,
another Toronto brewery,
I'll make this review pretty quick. So, exactly, pretty much spot on what it says it is. This is fruit punch, but not if you bought it in like the bottle. It's like fruit punch, but like you buy the mix for it, and you're supposed to add sugar to it, and then you don't add sugar. That's basically what this is. It's fruit punch. It's just not sweetened. It's if what is that loud noise?
huh? That might have been me changing my volume on my.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It sounded
sorry.
like somebody just
Sorry,
just turned the air conditioner on. Or
That was
something.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick, you really need to fire your producer.
You're fired.
Yeah, fire Baba Booey. Anyways, so that's what this is. So if you're in the mood for alcoholic fruit punch, that's 4% and basically has no sweetness to it.
It's
This might
crazy.
be
How
your
much is
thing.
it? Sorry.
Now, if you're looking for a sour, so for instance, let's say my name is Carrie and I'm looking for a puckering sour, Carrie would rate this like a 0 out of 10. It's not a sour.
Wow.
Which means Greg's gonna like it more because there's like no sour to this. Like at worst, you could say this is tart. Even tart would be kind of being generous to this beer. So this is gonna be a little tricky because I'm not gonna rate this. I'm gonna rate this as sour, but I'm gonna rate this as a sour style that I like. So I'm gonna call it a well-balanced sour that balances out the sour. And I'm gonna say also based on what it says it is on the can. It's not exciting, but I'll say as a style, I'll give it a 7. It's to me balances the sour note out of the beer, which means for style wise, it works for me, but it's also kind of boring. And my own personal enjoyment, I'm gonna go with I guess a 7 as well. It's fine. You know, if I want a Tahitian treat, then I guess
Tahitian.
Tahitian treat.
No, Tahitian. No, I want to. No, if you want Tahitian treat, this is no good. But if you want
That was great.
I can't. Wait, how do I mispronounce it? Fuck. Anyways,
Titian.
You're just saying Tahiti before. This is Tahiti.
Give
Thank you.
titties treat. Here you go.
this is why Lady Lee is the adult in the chat because she knows things. She drinks and she knows things.
It's where Lake.
Somebody
It's where
said
Lake
titties.
Titty.
We
Yeah,
lost the viewer.
it's where Lake Titicaca is.
Anyway, it's fine. It's if you want
the pee-pee.
if you want fruit punch with a little bit of alcohol, I would probably suggest add vodka to this just for shits and giggles. But
It has nice color to it.
it does. It's
that's
pretty.
about-
So it's not-
my beer was pretty cool and red looking too. Lee, your beer is pretty red, I'm assuming too, right? Did you show it?
Yeah, well, so like traditional Berliner Weisses, they tend to have like little to no color at all because something they do with the malt, like basically just kind of eliminates the color in the brewing process. But with the addition of the actual raspberries, like all that color is just the raspberries in there. So it's kind of like a raspberry gravy.
Nickelbrook actually does. They've been doing it for a while now. They changed the name up of it. Now they're Jam Stand or whatever. They have a raspberry Berliner Weiss that's very. It's. I would have brought it like it's one I've had many times. It is one of those sour beers that just
Matches my bloodshot eye.
Oh,
really? You still got that issue.
Oh yeah, it takes like a month to go away.
Wow.
Annoying. It's a little bit better every day though.
So Laylee's gonna play us out.
Yeah. All right. So my beer. The beer actually. So it's gonna be a pretty simple review. It tastes like a margarita, but without tequila. So like when people get like virgin margaritas, it's kind of what it reminds me of. But this has alcohol in it, so it's quite interesting.
What?
So it has that like. It has all the things that you would put in a margarita when you're making it. So you have that lime flavor, you got that little bit of salty flavor. In this case, too, I know some people add orange juice to their margaritas. And this one does have it's a very background hint of orange juice. It's not really strong. What surprises me, though, is that usually I have a really hard time with sours, and especially this has lime in it. So usually I'm terrified it's going to destroy me heartburn wise. I'll feel it right away. This one I'm not feeling, which is really strange. Also, it feels like deja vu because I think I did another margarita beer a while back, and I'm just remembering it now. Something different, but Yeah, so it is really tasty. The sour comes from the flavors, so I can really appreciate that. So instead of trying to make a beer sour, it's just the flavors are sour. So you do have that sourness from the lime flavor, and then it's kind of set back. There's that little bit of saltiness there. Nothing crazy, but it's very refreshing. Like it's surprisingly, it goes down smooth. And the problem is with this beer, it'd be very dangerous. If there was like a bunch of these somewhere, I would probably drink them not thinking that there's alcohol in them because you can't fucking taste the alcohol. Like it literally does not taste like alcohol. It just tastes like a virgin margarita.
Be a sweet patio beer.
I would have to salt the rim to make it like officially a virgin margarita, but tastes like a virgin margarita.
Tastes like an alcoholic
it's
virgin.
They did a really good fucking job. Like this is quite tasty. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm trying to like not drink too quickly because yes, you could put triple sec in a margarita. It's an ounce and a half of tequila and half an ounce of triple sec.
I've never heard of orange juice, but it sounds like it'd be tasty.
Yeah, some people, I was taught initially by somebody who put orange juice in it, but then when I was learning, I think the newer version doesn't have orange juice in it anymore, or it's just another version of it. But anyways, fucking delicious.
Well, at the LCBO, they had the pre-mixed cocktail thing. It's like a jalapeno pineapple margarita. Delicious.
This is a High Park Eat the Worm margarita sour beer. I
want to try that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna rate it. So as a margarita sour flavored beer, I do wish there was like, I don't know how they could do this, but I do wish there was like a little bit more of that like salty taste in it. But the problem is I find with those salty beers, it can just go like one way or the other. So technically did it right. I just kind of say like just nitpicking at this point, other than saying like, it's a straight across 10. So I'm going to give it a 9.5 because I do wish it had just a little bit more saltiness to it. But overall, it's fucking fantastic. And then for my personal preference, honestly, like, doesn't taste like alcohol, drinks really smooth. I probably will get heartburn from it eventually, but it does not trigger it right away. So I'm also going to give it 9.5 because I know I'm going to get heartburn. So it's going to lose 0.5. But that's it. The end. Because I know that is going to take away my preference, that I'm going to struggle later and be like, where's my Tums? So, yeah, it's great.
I wonder if it would be like some people when they sit at the bar and stuff, they'll have a salt shaker there and put about if you shook a little bit of salt into it, if that would give it that little bit of more salt you want. Well, I wonder.
Maybe, but I want the brewery to do it, so I don't have to do it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. or like if you're serving it or something like that, try salting the rim of your glass. Maybe that would make it bring the experience more to life. That might be too much. I don't know.
It's like those fucking losers who want to like put a goddamn lime in their Corona. It's one step too far. Got to cut it.
With Corona, you may kind of want to mask the taste. So
back when brews was still cool, they made a blueberry.
I'm gonna strum my ukulele.
That was pretty good, but I wanted more blueberry flavor. And a certain person that used to be a friend of mine was like, I went to the brewery, and when they served it at the brewery, they put actual blueberries in it and stuff. I'm like, oh, so that, like, so more work for me. So yeah, but you're saying lately, it was like, yeah, like.
This is another moose story.
They should do it themselves.
Speaking as an underendowed man, I love it when she strokes small instruments.
It's okay. So back to the beer. It's an incredibly well-crafted beer. That's it. It's overall extremely awesome. Like I said, it's like just tiniest things that I would like better, but overall, like it's fucking delicious. And yeah, this would easily get you shit-faced. You could have like multiple of these and all of a sudden clue in like, oh shit, this has alcohol in it.
You go to stand up and you can't stand up. Yeah.
You get knocked down. You get up again.
Get up again.
All right. Thank you, Lily. My turn to talk about a little get by with a little kelp from my friends here. Drink two.
My God.
That was terrible. Just like
I liked it.
All right. So my thoughts on this beer, I get a aroma. It's a nice lemon tart coriander aroma. Just a nice mild smell. what you expected of a Goza. You get a weird, funky seaweed taste. It's lightly salty. I'm just reading my tasting notes. I'm sorry, I still write these down because I want
You
to
should be
write
sorry.
them while I'm thinking of it. You shut up. All right, so lightly salty, kind of a lemony soapy coriander with nice lemon tartness in the finish. When I first started drinking it, I got quite a bit of untoasted cereal grains in the finish. Now I get a lot more lemon in the finish. Soda's got a soda watery kind of body. It's tart, but it's not super sour. Like this is probably maybe a notch more sour than the one Greg's got. Except for this one's got no sweetness to it at all. It's just all lemon tart, lightly sour. I do pick up the dulse. It's got this seawater, weedy kind of taste with a slightly acidic, like a almost not quite vinegary, but like that kind of acetic acid kind of flavor. It's acidic metallic taste blending in with the lemon. Again, lemon sudsy finish. It's one thing that really strikes me with this beer is that it's super fucking light. Like it's a 5% beer. I swear this thing's drinking like a 3%, like a really like light session beer. You could session the fuck right out of these things. The only gripe I got is I feel like the dulse is a little blended out. Like I get more lemon than I get dulse, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're not a crazy fan of dulse like I am. But the other thing is like the seaweed makes it a little funky, but at the same time, I just feel like for a Goza, it's not salty enough. Like I almost like wanted a little more noticeable salt in this. However, I can't gripe it too much like for that because when I think about like I've had the original Rittergut's Goza from Germany, and that's not a really salty beer at all either. It's just so really when you talk about how salty should a Goza be, this is definitely closer to the OG stuff than your typical standard. Whatever. I feel like this is like for a Goza, I'm gonna give it an 8 because it's pretty tasty. For overall enjoyment, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I ended up liking this more than I thought I was going to, considering I'm not a crazy fan of seafood, and it's a little gimmicky, but at the same time, the base beer is pretty decent. Okay, that's my thoughts, and I'm gonna get down to reading some of the comments that we've got here, starting with Dan saying "lol." Yeah, we did that one here. So Byron Reynolds says, "I vote Fuzzy's beer, and if you guys are still alive when I bring in the next set of Tallback, I'll join back in, whatever that means."
Tills or something.
I'm not sure what he's talking about. Cheers, beers for days. I tried to say cheers to him earlier. Cheers, beer for days. Hope you're doing all right, and let us know what you're drinking if you're still there. Byron Rhino says Joey King in the can is $9.95 plus tax and deposit here. That must
Joey. Maybe is that what they call it in Australia? Joey King.
Joey King.
I think he might
Joey King.
This is Chad we're talking about here, so it's probably like Google speech. Fuck up.
You can't see things. It makes sense.
And talk about. I think this is during Lee's margarita review.
Yeah, that was the
not triple sec for the margarita. Chris F. Gray is in the chat saying Stonewall Light used to have a lime flavor to it, so they took it away and suggested adding lime to it.
Nice. I haven't tried. The Bud Light makes a Bud double lime now or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I've been drinking a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had that yet. I need to try it.
I know
that could be an analysis beer right there.
It was a lot of hints of lime, double lime. Actually, it tasted a lot like Moosehead lime, the original Moosehead.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah, it was.
I might have to pick this thing up now. Going back to the Stonewall Light, like that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I remember that being like a. Yeah, did somebody ever send you a can of it, or like I don't think I ever got a can of it.
Yeah, but he's dead now.
Stone Hammer.
But I remember getting it, and it did used to have like a lime flavor to it.
Nice. So I remember that was like one of the cheap Ontario beers that
that's still the beer my wife drinks all the time. We've got a fridge full of it.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. Well, they always positioned it as sort of a ripoff of Corona. That
Yeah.
I can't remember if it actually ever if it ever had lime in it. That was a long time ago, and then they just said add a hint of lime for
Mhm.
And it comes in you can still buy it in the bottles. It's still basically a Corona bottle or a smaller Corona bottle.
I wonder if that's like it used to have lime in it back when back before the whole lime beer craze, and then everything had a lime version, and when they discontinued the lime version, the lime disappeared. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I don't live in Ontario. I live in beer wasteland with Lee. And I want to say, actually, I think Lee's got better choices for beers these days.
Oh, I definitely do. I live in Nova Scotia, the superior province.
Yeah, sure.
Add a squeeze of lime. That is their suggestion on it. So it's if you want a light beer and not spend a lot of money, I mean, it's nothing special, but it's fine for what it is.
It's beer.
It's
All right.
beer.
So now that we've read those, I'm going to put everybody back up on the spot again, starting with the beer though. And of all the beers you heard here tonight, which one would you have liked to have tried?
Nothing super duper jumped out at me. But I guess Lady Lee's, to be honest, would be the one
Alright.
that sounds pretty interesting.
Yay.
Beard, B for the beard, right next to that, to Lee. Okay, thank you, Carrie. Let's move on over to the Lee. Lee, of all the beers you heard here tonight, which one would you have liked to have tried?
It was a toss up between two. I was, especially because I just really like the can. I was immediately like attracted to Carrie's one, also because it was a raspberry like Berliner Weiss kind of thingy. But Lady Lee's can art and the fact that it's a margarita beer was more intriguing, so I'm gonna have to vote for hers this time out.
Her can art is incredibly badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest draws to it. All right, let's go over to the Fuzzinator.
Hey,
Fuzzy, of all the beers you heard here tonight, which would I have?
I'd like to try Mr. Lee's.
Whoa. All right.
Hopefully I can get it here. It was from Nine Locks, was it?
9 Locks, yep.
Yeah. We
Or
do
beer.
get a few 9 Locks up here. I don't know if we get that
maybe.
one though.
Yeah, let's check. I'll plug it into the NB liquor site.
They
see
seem
if
to
we get
be
it
they
here.
seem to be pushing their sours and their fruit beers and stuff more, and they push their regular shit. So that might be a good chance.
Yeah.
Looks like
No, get it for like before the end of summer kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
9 Locks. Looks like the only thing we can get here is their Dirty Blonde.
Oh, really? Okay.
4-pack.
Mm.
We had the red, but it's on clearance. Looks like there's only like 2 cans left in Ferguson. Cool story, bro.
Yeah,
All
I'd
right.
like to try Mr. Lee's.
That'd be cool. I gotta make a road trip at some point. Me and Scott need to make a road trip and go to Amherst.
Yeah, I got to go to PEI on the weekend.
Oh, there you go.
Amherst isn't that far away.
There you go. All right. Let's move on over to is it Greg next? Yeah, Greg is next. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
I'm fine.
Your beer seems somewhat interesting, as did Mr. Lee's. But let's be honest, Lady Lee brought the beer from Toronto with the sexual innuendo. I don't care what it tastes like. I want it.
Just because of the sexual innuendo.
Just because I enjoyed eating the worm.
All right. Thank you, Greg. And that means, Lady Lee's got to go up, and Lady Lee's going to tell us of all the beers you heard here tonight, which one would you have liked to have tried?
I'm on the fence. So I was interested in yours, Nick, because of the seaweed. And I'm a loser. I love seaweed. Even though it probably tastes like nothing.
I did the
Seaweed's gonna be good.
Yeah.
My beer's got crabs.
You
And
pick,
I'm also-
you pick Nick's It's crabs.
Yeah, it's
And
the beer.
I'm also interested in Lee's beer because I do love raspberries. And I do love yes. the beer description that he gave.
So that's a vote for
It
Lee.
was an
Votes for
excellent
Lee.
description.
I think the thing that won me over, Lee's description, as much as yours sounded interesting, Lee's had some more flavor profile notes that I would like. I'd still be interested in trying yours. Just Lee kind of squeezed by there.
Right.
Wow.
Sorry, Nick.
It's all good. All right.
Wouldn't be the
so
first time
thank
Lee
you.
squeezed by Nick.
Thank you, Lady Lee. So I'm going to put myself on screen. I'm going to talk about with a beer I wanted to try. And you know what? I'm going to pretty much say the same thing to Lady Lee. Is like Lady Lee's beer seemed really interesting, and I was on the fence. Then she said it was just like a virgin margarita. I'll be honest. It was a toss up between Lady Lee's and Mr. Lee's, and Mr. Lee sold me when he said that it tasted like, oh, you take the raspberry syrup and add it to this Berliner Weiss, because that literally is what they do. A brewery in town did that kind of thing for a while, where they took their bog standard. I think what is it? It's not Full Pleasure. They I forget the name of it. It was something from Long Bay, and they would actually, like, when they served it at the brewery, they would give you the option of having it with raspberry or Woodruff syrup, which is your typical Berliner Weiss serving. And I was just like, okay, that actually, I remember what a raspberry Berliner Weiss tastes like with the actual real German syrup, and I'm like, okay, I want Lee's. And I kind of wish that Nine Locks would have better distribution in New Brunswick, but they don't, because Envy Liquor is too fucking protectionist about the products they carry in their store. But I digress. Me being passive aggressive, I guess. But
so is that a tie?
That is actually a tie between.
I was gonna say, but no one
Lee
voted
and
for
Lee.
anybody else, so I'm cool with just splitting the tie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or just ask somebody in the chat. Well, let's be nice to Dan and let Dan cast the winning vote. Are you still there, Dan?
If he's anyone's in the chat, yeah, whoever's in the chat.
Yeah, but I spent the whole fucking hangout shitting on Dan. You know what he's gonna do.
Well, then
Dan,
you made your bed.
We were not supposed
Dan
to
already voted. Dan already voted.
There's other people.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, he beat me.
Oh, what a heel
voted.
turn. Oh.
Dan
So do I get a certificate now?
If you want one, I can make one.
Winner.
Yeah, Fuzzle, make one.
I could.
Fuzzle, make one. I'll print it, but you have to come visit me to get it.
Oh well, I don't know if that's gonna. Maybe you should come to Nova Scotia and give it to me.
Yeah, you can always leave Ontario, Greg.
I could. I'd come to Nova
Eventually.
Scotia for the delicious seafood that you Maritimers don't seem to want.
But if I did get
Oh my
one,
God.
I'd put it right above Dr. Roche from Dawn of the Dead over there.
I'm sure it can be done.
Dan says, "Fuck you, Lee."
Stonewall Light is made by Cool Brewery. That's a pretty cool brewery.
Damn
That's
it!
really
We need more people in the
used to
chat
be close
vote
to
for
Greg.
me.
Yeah, I was almost right across the street from my old condo. It's still that's what I do usually. My Thursday night or my Thursday afternoon trip is when I want to go to GLB. I'll stop by Cool Beer, pick up beer for my wife, then go to GLB, make a nice round beer trip to Etobicoke.
Right, Angel?
Etobicoke cocaine.
So
Yes, Angel.
there's only one viewer now, so I'd assuming nobody cares about next week's beer. Which, by the way, I was
Aaron
going to
might care about next week's beer.
Bud Light Double Line.
Well, no. I'm taking a week off next week because I realized what next week's Wednesday stage is. But we'll be back the week after the September 11th. We'll be crashing back into YouTube with probably a double beer.
Wow.
Well done.
We just flew right into that one.
We did fly. That one was
Nick has an
terrifying,
explosive sense of humor.
Wait, that's
well,
11th.
you guys, at least you guys know it wasn't an inside job. Anyway, so okay, so Beers for Days actually asked what's next week's beer. Like I just mentioned, we're not going to do an episode next week because personal reasons.
What's
but
the week after beer?
the week after, I think we had talked about it's either going to be okay. Let's just put it for a toss up. I don't know who's around on the 11th, so it's either going to be we're going to do stouts, the BYOB stouts, or we're going to do Bellwood's Jelly King.
Did we just forget something that week?
What?
No, nobody.
Your birthday?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
14th
shit.
is my birthday. But the
What
11th
would-
is
Lee's birthday. So we're
So
gonna do
what would-
stouts for Lee's birthday. No.
No, we'll do beers that remind us of Lee or something along those lines.
Are you gonna be around for that week, Lee?
I will be around. Yeah, Wednesday my classes are done pretty early.
Nice.
Yay.
All right, so that changes things. That's what we're gonna do for next week's beer. Is we're gonna do beers that remind us of Lady Lee. Okay, it's her birthday episode.
You get bonus points if they remind you both of Lady Lee and terrorism.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Am I a
Wow.
terrorist?
And
So if
pussy.
if there's a thing that has like short and both like a reference to a plane or something in the title, so like short plane ride or something
It's
like that.
short flight IPA or something like that.
Or something about Oswald?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the name of
That's
the
what
beer
Ryan
is just
calls me.
"Ah, la, 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 la."
Angel
Well, that
Eyes.
was racist, Gary.
That was racist.
Lee Van Cleef is in the chat saying Queen Patata. Yeah, Lee got that one.
Yeah.
So it's like Founders Canadian Maple. That's what he's bringing to Lee beers,
Okay.
I guess. So beers that remind you of Lady Lee.
Does anyone
Our,
have a split
Our
spaghetti
favorite
stout?
female on the chat here. Our only
Yay.
Our favorite female.
Yeah, we don't even have to vote on that one.
There you go.
Just tolerate.
Well, yeah, it's the typical episode where it's not voted by everybody in the panel. It's voted by Lee. Lee has to pick the winner of that episode.
Oh,
I am the all-knowing, all-seeing
Oh, that's true.
you are
Go
the
for it.
arbiter.
goddess of the
The
chat.
arbiter of our destruction.
Mhm.
The
I
Emperor
expect-
Pedro.
Choose.
I sent your certificate.
Oh, look
Okay.
at this.
I expect like
Did
the
you post
best
the certificate in the chat?
hilarious things.
Hold on. I have it on my phone. So proudly presents that. Hold on, can you guys? There we
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Raspberry Putin of the week.
There we go. I don't know, Mr. Lee, do you have a printer?
No,
Oh, okay. Well then.
Should
unfortunately.
have sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Well, no, but Nick, you're not going to give it to him. Or I guess you can
No,
mail
but-
it to him. But
Oh, Mr.
Yeah,
Lee?
we could always do a beer trade. I could send up some
Greg,
of them
can always-
Bohemian raspberries.
Yeah, you can do
Raspberries.
that. Imagine there's probably other stuff
for you and
too.
Scott.
Greg, we can
I
always
could- I could
go
send you
over there
back
to
some
all the
kelp beer.
seafood and drop off the certificate.
I mean, do you think the maritime seas have recovered enough from your last visit?
No, we're still reeling.
Yeah, the economy has been crushed. Well, the restaurants did really well, but the fishermen, they're kind of hurting right now. All right.
Probably perception of Mr.
That
Lee
actually,
for being
that
a
actually,
bad
legitimately, at some point, maybe if there's another piss up in the future, that actually would be. Well, all you sourpusses are sitting there eating your chicken nuggets and French fries. Me and Lady Lee are just gonna fucking pound back that lobster and
We're
crab.
gonna eat
and
Swiss
kelp
chalet like civilized people, Greg.
Be my oysters.
And then Kobe the gravy.
Down.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna suck back those mussels and oysters and kelp. Mm.
All of it. Everything.
We're gonna have some dulse.
Seaweed on top.
So this is gonna be Quispamsis like Fundy Fandango 3, right?
There was a 2.
Yeah.
Remember the episodes of Simpsons where Mr. Burns made the Omni net out of all the fucking plastic drink holder things? That's basically Lady Lee. She's the Omni net. She just eats.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that. Like,
Have you ever had Kentucky Fried Whale?
Sorry, Lady Lee. Lisa Simpson, not Lady Lee, was supposed to be saving the world or something like that by collecting all the little ring holders. And
Yeah,
then
but
Mr. Burns turned it into a fishnet to harvest everything off the bottom.
Yeah.
I find
They
it
have-
hard to believe, like,
they have
everyone
KFC.
hasn't seen that.
They have KFC KD now.
KFC craft dinner. I haven't
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
seen
that's
yeah.
that.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick.
Apparently
Yeah,
the
Nick posted
some of
in
the
chat.
KFCs here in Canada are making sure their chickens are killed like in the halal way.
a lot of
Which is-
places are like that.
Which like when you look into it, apparently that's a bit more of a
got
shitty
one of
way
those in my
for a
fridge,
chicken to be
Scott.
killed.
You bleed it to death.
Like they stun
Yeah.
them first or something, but it still just seems, I don't know, like it's
Yeah,
just
I would say
fucking
the
weird.
only thing I give a fuck about is that they kill it as humanly possible. I know it's
Yeah.
I know
I
Yes,
mean,
it's
that's kind of what
slaughterhouses are
halal
so
does.
humane.
So
no.
You're
Listen,
not wrong.
Like,
There,
halal
but
is
like
just for
I-
treatment of the
some
animalized
farms,
fish.
no.
I'm talking because
Yeah.
everyone else is talking.
Anyway,
uh,
all right. I think we're done. Here. It's been a great show. Believe me, it's been bigly, whatever, penis. We'll just stare at Carrie's
Scott,
penis at
that
the
was
end of the
fucking
show. I want to thank
fantastic.
everybody for watching Angel Eyes Beers for Days, Western Canadian Beer Review, Chris F. Grave, and Albino Rhino. So we will chat with you folks later. Cheers.
You are the Puma Man.